right, folks, we'll do an opening statement and then we'll take questions.
Yeah, obviously, it's great to. It's a great building to coach in, and it's fun in that sense. I got great memories of being here in the 2006 first round games, and we beat Matt George Mason. We beat Michigan State and North Carolina. That was a good weekend here in Dayton for me. Today, not as good. Really impressed with Dayton's team. We played them last year at our place, beat them, and I think they've really put a lot of team speed around Duran. That also includes shooting. And they were like a lot bigger last year positionally, but not the type of speed that they now have defensively on the perimeter. Makes it really, really tough. And then they didn't lose anything in the shooting department. So obviously, very well coached. And I think the composition around the roster around Duran is very, very good. Unfortunately for us, we're just not playing well. We're 3-1. We're shooting like 48% from three out there. Many more young guys than most. So those guys got some good experience tonight. Yeah, it's a great question. Yeah, looking back on it, again, it got away from us a little bit because of our couple of turnovers in shooting. But I thought we did a pretty good job in the first half at times of mixing it up, playing them straight up and doubling. But no, those are really hard decisions. We have a very good defensive center who, had a hard time with them. And then, he's a good passer. He's used to being doubled. So it's not like these reads and stuff are new. I'm sure they're spending a lot of time on, getting it out of there when he is doubled. He's got great size. He's a good passer. And again, they've put a lot of shooting around him. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You try to mix up as best you could. I thought for a little bit of the game, that was actually not so bad for us. But again, on the offensive end, we couldn't get anything going. So we couldn't, keep the game closer.
Of all the shooters, Kobe Bray is the most dangerous. Oof. How aware are you guys?
We're not great at it right now. But he's an impressive, his shot is, very, very clean. It looks the same every single time. He shoots it from deep, shooting it off the dribble some now. The guy is as good of a shooter as it is. It's great to have a guy like that with Duran.
You confident you guys can get it back? You played 3 of the last 4 on the road. We know how hard it is.
Yeah, if you look at, for us, we win at VCU. That's not an easy place to win. A 3 overtime game against Fordham, but then we come back and beat Davidson in overtime game. Then I thought played our best game against Mason. You'd hope that, that was we had a little bit momentum there. But we've played 3 out of the 4 on the road and just couldn't figure out a way to win home on Saturday. But my lineup is 5 freshmen, a sophomore, 2 seniors. So we are playing many, many more young players than most teams in college basketball, with the idea that, we can build this a little bit in a way that is sustainable at GW. And we got off to a good start last year, and we were 14-3 10 days ago. That was pretty good with all these young guys. We've got a little bit of a bump in the road here, and obviously this was never going to be a get well game, right? Because it's you'd have to play very, very well to win here. But I hoped it was a get better game. And, I got to watch the film to see if it is. But I thought we did compete. It could have gotten away real way from us, and I thought our young guys fought there in the second half.
Sign of good defense, obviously, is speed.
Yeah.
You see that offensively, but defensively tonight, how much did that factor in not giving you a lot of great looks?
No, I watched our game from last year just to see a little bit about how we defended Duran. And the thing I noticed about their team, it was a little bit different because Malachi Smith, I think, had just come back in that game. But they were so big at every position. We ran by them quite a bit in that game. And obviously, we played very well and won the game. You can't run by them right now the way the type of speed that they have in the perimeter from, Bennett, Cheeks. Obviously, Elvis is a fast guy. I think Santos and Brea are not maybe quite as fast, but they're big physical kids. I think that can, at the point of contact, there's a there's some physicality there that it's hard to push through. So again, I think they've done a really good job with that defensively in terms of their group. Yeah, I would say so. I mean, we did play at South Carolina, and they're having a hell of a year. They're a lot of older guys, a lot of 50-year guys. But yeah, I think so. I think they're the best team we play. I think Duran's the best player we've probably played against, and I think he's obviously improved. He didn't shoot. It was funny. We came into the game thinking he might shoot some threes, and that was a concern. But he did a good job. He goes 1 of 9 the other night, so maybe Anthony told him not to shoot any, but he had been shooting them so well. That's a big concern when a guy who can hurt you at the rim can also do it from 3.
Did you encourage your guys to keep shooting threes?
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to be careful with a young group of guys. I think when Duran's out, it's maybe a little bit easier to finish plays at the rim. When he is in, you better make good rim reads, and what often happens is, even if I said, hey, we want to try to get to the rim first, he's there, and then you got to make good choices as to, like, a lot of times you do have to spray it out. But again, I think there's a little variance here. Like, we were shooting 48% from 3 after 4 league games, and we have a number of guys who can make 3. And we have the guy who was first team all league last year. He's had a couple of bad games, right? And so, you hope that maybe even in the second half, you make 1 or 2, and the guy feels like, hey, I got this back.
Any other questions? Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
So much easier. Cozy coach comes there. Yeah. It's rare. Yeah, he was good. 2 games in a row, I think, cozy coach. 4 times this year. Well, maybe I have to arch my corner trying to score it outside the locker room. Forget holding it for the charity man. That's true. I don't know if he'd be killer right now.
Ford also spoke?
No, I did not.
No,
Archie
and.
This coach now.
Okay, so. Makes
Santos and Holmes.
You're still going another 2 hours? You're still gonna be at another.
Yeah. Unity is about 130 other things.
Oh, and again, today, I saw ESPN, the guy who does Blues record, he has Green Bay as the 9th seed right now. Really? I mean, I knew Green Bay was good.
Yeah, 3 wins last year. The Phoenix.
Yeah.
3-win team.
I'm
last
talking
year.
about the weather.
Oh, they're good too?
Yeah, so Rice State wasn't, it was good. Their
Yeah.
coach was, I don't know if you remember, it's Kevin Borson. He was at Green Bay, he was hired by Michigan, and his first year at Michigan after a loss, he walks in and slams a piece of paper down on the podium for the police conference.
I did not know
And he
that.
went viral. Yeah, look him up on YouTube, Kevin Borson.
Where's he with now?
Huh?
Where's he coach now?
I think he's from back at Green Bay. His second stint.
Women's stuff?
Yeah, Green Bay's winning.
Yeah.
He is not afraid to share his opinion.
That's what I want to know. This guy.
Questions? Duran, how'd that one feel after the loss Saturday?
It felt better. That was a tough game on the road. Fell short, so we bounced back pretty well tonight. We did what we needed to do, so it felt a lot better.
Nate, what did you want to see differently tonight compared to Saturday?
I think just offensively on the side of the ball, just going back to what we've been, and I think that we did that tonight. I think we did a good job.
Both of you, the points were just a little, took a little bit, couple of minutes to get going. What did you see in terms of, just the shots not falling or?
Yeah, there's some nicer shots just don't fall. In the first couple of minutes, that was happening, but we picked it up. We just stayed the course, and we did very well with that. So.
Nate, that had to be one of the best halves of your career.
Mhm.
Feel it. Scoring 17 there.
Felt good, but going into the half, it's a new half that starts. So it felt good that I had a good half, but there was a whole other half to be played. So I was just kind of locking into that next half.
Ron, what does Nate add to this team this year?
A lot of toughness. Nate does a lot of the things that not all of our teammates do. We all bring different things to the table. Nate's an elite shooter, so he does it all really. So he's also a leader. So it's great being able to play beside him, and he really helps our team in multiple ways. I can't even fully go into details. So such a great player to play with.
Duran, you already mentioned it a little bit, but coming off Saturday, what was, I guess, the mood for you guys? Is it safe to say there was a little bit of anger? Were you guys coming in with a little bit of chip just to kind of set any doubts away? I guess, how did you guys feel coming to this one?
Yeah, like I was saying before, we just try to put it beside us and understand that, we're not perfect. We're human. So there might be games like that. But we're going to try to limit those games that are like that. So we looked at what we needed to fix, and we're slowly working on it. And I thought tonight we did a pretty good job with everything.
Ron, when you hold a team to 32% shooting, and I think 17% from beyond the arc, what does that say about the defensive capability?
It says a lot that we're able to lock in and look at scouting report. George Washington's a great team. I felt like we did a pretty good job of executing on the defensive end, like you said. So it all paid off.
How aware did you have to be of James Bishop throughout that game, knowing how big of a scorer he is?
Oh, very aware. He's a great player. So we had all 10 toes down, making sure we tried to guard him of the best of our abilities.
It's like you guys have done a pretty good job against the other team's best player most of the season. You guys noticing that nobody's having 30-point games against you guys?
Yeah, that's like I was saying, we got guys that are able to do different things in different nights. Javon and Cheeks do a very good job setting the tone on the defensive end as well. Just being able to guard those guys, and they really make sure it's very difficult night in and night out. So props to them. That gets our engine going. That's huge for us, and it's a lot of value.
Hey, what's this season feel like? I mean, you're leading the team in minutes a game.
Mhm.
Well, your first 2 years, you played
Mhm.
8 minutes a game, 12 minutes a game.
Mhm.
Not a lot. But it's,
Definitely a lot of recovery and stuff, an adjustment. But I'm grateful that coach trusts me with these minutes, and being out there on the floor. So whenever I'm out there on the floor, I just try to make winning plays and do whatever I can to help the team. And I'm grateful that coach has that trust in me.
Nate, this being your first year playing in the A-10, how have you found adapting to conference season this year as opposed to last year when you were there?
Yeah, it's just taking it game by game. obviously every team is different. So, guys like Duran and the returning guys have done a great job in helping me out and just what to expect with going into different places or playing different teams. So.
Ron, did you go into this game wanting to take it inside more after the last game, or was that on your mind at all?
Yeah, just trying to show what I'm very good at. They did a good job when I was popping. They were there, so it wasn't that I wasn't trying to shoot any threes. It was just that I know that me going inside helps out my teammates a lot, and whether it's me scoring or creating for them, and that's what our team needs. So that's a big part of my game. So I can't forget that part. So that's something that I was trying to making sure I locked in on for this game and games moving forward. But the three ball is still part of my game. But the biggest part is me being able to help my team inside.
You guys still undefeated at home. Another one coming up on Friday. How much do you guys want to keep that going? Keep rewarding these fans?
Yeah, it's big. Coach, emphasizes defending our home court, and obviously with the fans and stuff, we have a lot of support. So, we want to keep defending our home court and doing a good job of that. And I think we're very much capable of doing that.
Kobe Bryant, and we can't talk enough about how shooting he has been this year.
Yeah.
You guys expected to go in every time?
Basically,
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel like Kobe Bryant and Nate are the best shooters in the country. We still got all of our guys can shoot very well, but those two especially, very, very good shooters, especially when they get hot. So, when it goes up, I always feel like it's going in. So I don't even feel like I need to go rebound when they shoot the ball. So,
You notice he turned around and before the last
yeah,
Yeah.
swagger.
Any other questions for the guys? Thanks, fellas. Good job.
Thank you.
VCU. Bonnie just beat VCU.
Yeah.
It was a close one too.
VCU was up big early.
Were they really?
Was that VCU or at
No, it was up.
It's just not the same as here. Owen was accomplished.
Well, just really proud of the way our guys responded. Obviously being here at home, and it's a tremendous amount of respect for Chris and the job he's done. Their team is really talented. I thought our guys did a great job of locking into scouting report, understanding what we needed to do defensively. I thought our defense kind of set the tone for us tonight. Guys did a great job of sharing the ball, 18 assists tonight. Did a great job of taking care of it. Just shared it. I thought, we made a lot of really plays that don't show up on a stat sheet from a defensive standpoint. Guys did a great job of understanding where they needed to be, how they needed to help each other, and going together. So just really proud of the effort tonight.
Ron, maybe a subpar game for him in the last game, but right back on schedule in this one. What did you see out of him that was maybe different from Saturday?
That's basketball, right? That's just basketball. I think you go at any level, you're going to see guys that maybe don't play to the level that they've had everybody expect them to on a daily basis. And Duran's no different. I've said this ad nauseum. He's 21 years old. And he's still learning. He's still growing. And I thought he did a great job today of responding, right, to the loss, to the adversity, to whatever. I thought he did a great job of keeping his head and focus on what the things that he could control. right? You can't go into the past. You can't look into the future. You got to be where your feet are. And he did a great job of doing that tonight.
Coach, you guys scored obviously 83 points. Did you hold them to 32%
Yeah.
from the field and 17%?
Right. I thought that was really the whole key. You know, just watching them on film, you know, a lot of times you get caught up in records and things like that. That's a very dangerous basketball team. I'm just telling you, like Bishop is one of the elite guards with the way he can score and not only create for himself, but the way he creates for everybody else, you know. And then number 3, the freshman, he's probably the leading candidate for freshman of the year. When you watch him on film, he does the same thing. You know, he's getting 19 a game in league play and creates for everybody. And then they've got other guys that are really prolific at scoring the basketball, you know. So you know, there was a real focus for us to be able to limit that. And those numbers you just read, I think, tell the story. We did a great job doing that.
Anthony, you alluded to it a little bit already with just Duran, but speaking to the team as a whole, 2 first halves now where the start is a little slow. Is that just, like you said, a byproduct of just basketball, just how the game?
Yeah, that's basketball. Slow from the standpoint of shots weren't falling, but I thought we got great looks. You know, I thought we attacked the rim. I thought you know, we shared the ball. I thought we you know, were trying to make plays for each other. And then, you know, then we made shots, you know, and we got in the rhythm and we were able to expand the lead, you know. And what we talk about is, you know, on nights where we're making shots, you know, we got a chance to put teams away, you know, but on a nightly basis, our defense should give us a chance every night. And it has. You know, and you're not going to, you know, this is a tough league, man. A lot of really good coaches, a lot of really good players, you know, and, you know, so every night, you know, you got to understand what's required and what you need to do, right? And so I think our guys responded well.
You were talking about Bishop, that Bennett did a great job on it.
I thought, you know, Bennett, Cheeks, and our team, you know, they do a lot in terms of putting those guys in position to make plays, you know. So our team understood what we needed to do to help those guys, and those guys did a great job of being locked in.
Feels like you guys have done a good job against other teams' best player most of the season, if not the whole season. You got that same feeling?
We look at it as Dayton winning versus the other team, really.
Anthony, how important is it for you guys to play well and not try to play to whatever your ranking is? You know what I mean by that? Like,
Yeah, I don't think we do that. That's never been something that, if you know me at all, that's not something that I get wrapped up in, and I don't think our guys do.
how important is that, though? I mean,
It's not really. I have no idea what we're ranked. I have no idea.
no, I mean, how important is it not to play that way, not to worry about the rankings and play the kind of basketball you want to play? That's going to make sense.
That's all I know. I don't know how to respond to that. It's just what we do. That's the way the game's supposed to be played.
Kobe Bryant has reached the point where you just expect every shot to go in. It's not going to happen, but you
Yeah.
get that same sense when he's on.
Yeah. I expect it to go in when he shoots it. You know, I think he's one of the elite shooters in the country. You know, and we did a good job tonight of finding him. He did a great job of putting himself in position to be able to make plays for his team.
How important is it to protect home court? I mean, you guys undefeated at home now. Got another one coming up on Friday.
Yeah, it's critical. I think St. Bonaventure ended up coming back for a big win tonight at home. So this will be a great test for our team. Another opportunity, you know, here at home against a really, really talented team.
Sunday, Monday, did you have any chance to look at any St. Bonaventure, or were you solely focused on GW?
Yeah, it's all GW. We'll start to talk about them a little bit tomorrow.
Anything else?
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yep.